Okay, this is Ricky, the Rad Raccoon, and who is going to help me enlighten you about ventriloquism. Just one of the 22 types of comedy that I found. And so Ricky, ventriloquism? Yes. Well, what about it? Ventriloquism is the use of comedy with an object using your own words. This year's stand-up comic that won used Puppet's ventriloquism as his way to win his stand-up comedy this year. First, I will explain the different types of comedy, also the different comedians that portray a certain type of comedy. Anecdotes. Anecdotes. Narrations of interesting humorous events. So, humorous events such as a man walking into a bar with a steering wheel down, shoved in his pants. The barman looks at him curiously. "Buddy, you have a steering wheel down your pants." The man answers, "Yeah, I know. It's been driving me nuts all day." Well, good way of making someone laugh. Banter. A witty remark against another, you know, just like making fun of someone practically. Blend words, such as my favorite that I have, sorry, I'm really slow at this. Blend word is the use of blending words to make a new word. The one I made just out of brilliance was Hugo Magnificence, which is huge magnificence. And blue humor. This line between, this is very close between vulgarity and like, I have the right one. Yeah, it's almost vulgar in many ways. It's so close to vulgarity that it's often related to sex and body parts. Blunder. Making funny mistakes. A really good example of somebody who made a lot of mistakes on his shows was Rowan Atkinson. Well, you guys will know him as Mr. Bean. Yeah, he was funny. Black humor, and this is not racist humor or a black person giving jokes, but deals with topics like death, mass murder, rape, very sad things. Example of this, or a poor example was, there you go, black comedy, there you go. And a good example of this was right after 9/11 struck. There were some people that took black comedy a little too far and joked about it too soon. You need to wait a certain amount of time for black comedy to be funny. Like, you can't just say, there's a mass murderer at Columbine. You're not the next day going to make fun of those Columbine students that got shot. It's not right. But, caricature. The portrayal of a person or thing commonly using insults. Insulting people is a good way to make people laugh. It works more times than not. Conundrum. A humorous one-liner, just like, let's see, my favorite would have been, you guys watch The Simpsons? The one guy who did his one single laugh, the meh, that little line was enough to make everyone in the audience laugh. One-liners, a conundrum. Gallows humor is the use of humor in when you will make like something that has happened to you dramatically in your life, or a life-threatening situation. You'll make a like question to it, and then I like fell through the ice, and then my big toe caught on fire, or something. It's ridiculous. And then high comedy. This is not some stoner giving you a bunch of jokes. It's actually much, much more than that. It's the sophistication of a joke. Somebody that is like of higher class, like, you know, if you were to say lower class, middle class, the high sophisticated people with like bifocals and stuff. Irony. A difference in what is expected and what occurs. Irony. Let's see. Melodrama. Actions are silent and melodramatic, and my favorite example of a melodramatic person was Mitch Hedberg. Before he passed away, he would stand up and just give his jokes in his hand. with a cup of scotch. But I'm not him. He does it much better. A parody. Created to mock, used in movies like Scary Movie like 1, 2, 3, and 4. They did that. But like they just like using jokes from other movies to make, like, they did like a really good one with Brokeback Mountain, making fun of that. That was good. Practical comedy. That is your what is it? Like practical jokes or pranks that you would pull on somebody. The recovery. Recovery is the use of making humor by making an error, but catching yourself with like wit of some sort. Like you fall down, but right before you catch yourself, you make a good joke about it. I don't have any about those though. Switching. Changing the main parts of a story, such as punchline, to create humor. And I set a personal record on Christmas this year. I got my shopping done 3 weeks ahead of time. I had all the presents back in my apartment. I was halfway done wrapping all of them. Then I realized, damn, I used the wrong wrapping paper. Paper I used said "Happy Birthday" all over it. I didn't want to waste it, so I just wrote Jesus at the end. That's Dimitri Martin. He's a good comedian. Okay, comedian. Oh wow. Oh, serial comedy. Serial comedy, comedy with serious elements in it, like you have a wife and you make a serious comment about your wife, but you can't make it too bad where that you'll get in trouble when you get home. But it's serious. Stand-up comedy is much like I'm doing right now, except with a much larger audience on hand, and I would be getting paid. A sitcom is your average funny show that you will watch and usually makes you laugh. It should make you laugh. Slapstick comedy. Doing silly things, tripping, falling over yourself. A very funny man was Charlie Chaplin. He acted in silent films, and he was oftentimes falling over, running into walls, just really slapstick type of stuff. My favorite is the wisecrack. It is in no ways appropriate. It is usually off of somebody else's funny, and you'll just all of a sudden throw in that really funny wisecrack, and it's very, very funny sometimes. It's your mom jokes and things like that. Comedians that portray a particular comedy, in my opinion, are Mitch Hedberg, the one I was showing you with his scotch. He portrays this style of comedy that is very melodramatic, and he, in my opinion, was the best at it. Dimitri Martin, who now has his own TV show on Comedy Central, he's more of like a sketching, like draws other types of comedy into his sketch. And then there's Dane Cook, who just goes crazy on stage. If you've been to any of his live performances or seen his TV show, he'll be running back and forth on the stage at least 20 times to get his energy out. The top 3 paid comedians, according to Forbes last year, were Jerry Seinfeld. He was paid $60 million in just 1 year for his TV show Seinfeld, which has been off air for 10 years, but had 10 seasons, but has been off air for the past 5. And just the reruns alone are making him $60 million a year. Just Ben Stiller, also last year, was ranked Forbes' 2nd most paid because of such screenplays that he has written as Tropic Thunder and his various stand-ups that he did last year. And somebody that I was very surprised to make number 3 last year was Larry the Cable Guy, was the 3rd most paid comedian in on Forbes, according to Forbes. He was paid $30 million last year, and just this weekend they're going to roast him next Sunday, and it should be pretty funny also. This topic will relate to the audience research, should relate to all in the audience. Research has shown health benefits of laughter ranging from strengthening the immune system to reducing food craving.